We hear from Canada's Prime Minister, Ontario's Premier, and Ontario's Trade Minister. But first, Cogeco News stopped by METALFAB off Main West for comment of VP of Sales Jake Grasser regarding the impact of this trade impasse.
I believe that the tariffs, especially on the new $20 billion worth of goods, are especially hard on the steel market, as they're in addition to the already 50% tariff that is applied on steel products.
In the roadmap to what we're trying to follow with everything happening, are you able to plan for this, or is this very reactionary when these new developments come through?
The issue with our business and the volatile market with tariffs is that a lot of our contracts are multi-year or extend over a long period of time. So we don't have time to change our pricing, and when we supply a price to our customer, we don't have the option to change it.
The automotive sector is a major piece to the trade puzzle between Canada and the United States of America. Late Friday night, with the midnight deadline looming, that very piece was lost, and no deal was struck between the two nations. Politicians of all levels of government left picking up the pieces on this Monday. We begin with Prime Minister Mark Carney on the south shore of the St. Lawrence River in the province of Quebec.
This is the most successful automotive partnership in history. It's existed for all my life, for 60 years. And the President is doing what we not just suspected, but we had confirmed through the terms that they were offering. Instead of a quick change to the terms in the automobile industry, they were putting on the table terms that gradually would have that impact, and we wouldn't accept that. So it's very revealing that this is where they go. Now, our focus, as the focus is today, and I would just encourage policymakers around the world to take the lesson of what we see today. The importance of l'audace, ambition, cooperation, putting workers, families first. Investing in technology. We will put all of those lessons to work, as we have been for our auto industry, for the industries that supply our auto industry. There is a mutually beneficial deal possible here, but it has to be one that respects Canada's sovereignty.
Ontario's Premier Doug Ford was in Hamilton for an early afternoon press conference.
The Prime Minister has my full support in this decision to walk away from a bad deal that would have hurt Canadian workers and undermined Canadian sovereignty. And he has my full support to hit back tariff for tariff, dollar for dollar. But let's be clear, this will not be easy. To stand up for Canada, to stand up against President Trump, we have to withstand the economic pain that will come with this fight. Canada did not start this fight, but we're prepared to win it. Team Canada needs to stand united. Stand up to this attack on our economy, use our leverage to protect our workers, and make clear to President Trump that Canada is not for sale.
Toronto Star reporter Rob Ferguson shared this observation with Premier Doug Ford.
You sound a little more subdued than you did this morning on the radio when you said Donald Trump could kiss your ass. Did the Prime Minister tell you to ask you to tone it down a bit?
No, he didn't. I'm not going to comment, but he wasn't against that. And I have a lot of real estate on my, so he has a lot of room to kiss my.
Ontario's Trade Minister, Nipissing MPP Vic Fedeli, was present at that press conference in Hamilton early afternoon on this Monday. Soon after that press conference wrapped, he touched base with Cogeco News over the telephone.
The Premier was very clear, anything's possible, but everything's on the table. You know, he reminded the President through the media that we have all of the minerals that he needs, all the potash. 95% of all American farms buy potash from Canada. Without that, their farms would wither and die. The Premier was very clear about that. He was clear that we should be looking at our oil, our electricity that we export to the U.S. Everything is on the table.
Cutting off electricity, is that something that would be the next move for Doug Ford?
It'll depend on where President Trump goes, but the Premier was asked that question 3 times, and his answer always was, everything is on the table. He compared President Trump to a schoolyard bully, and he said many times now, several days, first he takes your lunch money, then he takes your toque, then he comes back and steals your shoes. We are dealing with somebody who's unpredictable, but we can't roll over. Like, if we were to roll over, if we were to have signed that deal, in 2 years, the auto sector would have been gone. In 2 years, the steel sector would have been gone. We'd be severely depressed in Ontario with the loss of hundreds of thousands of jobs. We have to fight back. And so we've put Protecting Ontario financing programs in place so that we have the funds that we require to help our businesses weather through this. And quite frankly, no matter how long it takes.